just that stretch you had there at the end, between the block, the diving on the floor, the turnaround jumper. Your teammates just kind of said how those winning plays kind of helped spark the will to win. Just kind of how much did you want it to kind of seal that? What were you feeling those last moments that you kind of wanted to put this one away?
Nothing. I was just trying to compete. I think I came back with like 7 minutes to go, 8 minutes to go. I don't remember. Was trying to get my rhythm going, and I feel like sometimes to get your rhythm going, you gotta start defensively. Um, yeah, like I wasn't necessarily thinking I'm going to dive on the floor, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm trying to win the game, and I'll do whatever it takes to win a game. Uh, and I'm happy that I did because I feel like it translates to the whole team. That you got to do whatever is necessary to close this one out. And no, I'm just proud of my teammates. The way we started the game kind of set the tone of like we're here to compete. Down the stretch, I feel like we could be definitely better in executing. But yeah, we won the game. We have another one in a few days. Got to stay focused, stay humble, and try to get the job done.
Your teammates have mentioned that you have just been using your voice more lately. I'm just kind of curious of what has been your approach there. We saw kind of even pregame you were giving the team a little bit of a speech. Just how have you tried to use your voice as an asset this year?
I've been using my voice throughout my career. Obviously, I played with very experienced players. Growing up, when I was younger, 23, 24, 25, all those years, from George Hill, Drew Holiday, Kyle Korver, Wesley Matthews, Robin Lopez, like they were very, very experienced vets. I believe that as I got more comfortable, I've become more vocal. Now I view myself as a vet. I view myself like a guy that can help the team, kind of spark something within the team. And I just try to use my voice more. I feel like the more I use my voice, the more I'm engaged within the game. And guys not only listen to my voice, but follow my example. So, I'm trying to go out there and lead by example, which that's what I love to do. But also, I know that my voice carries a lot of weight and is very important within the team. So I try to, talk as much as I can without, allow my voice to be too much because I don't like to talk too much every possession. But at times, like, it's good to always like your teammates hear a voice and try to follow it.
Eric up front, center.
You guys have, I think, three chances at an inbound late. One, Chris calls a timeout. One, he turns it over. And then the third time you guys get it in and Dame hits a shot. Can you just kind of take me through maybe what happened and went wrong on those first couple ones and then just Dame being able to hit a big shot late in the game?
We just got to be able to get to our spots better, give Chris a better outlet, more clean. Obviously, in that position, you're going to make a pass when you feel it's you're able to get it in and it's clean. You're not going to turn the ball over. I feel like we didn't do, as I said, a good job just executing, getting to the spot so we can give Chris the outlets. He was smart enough to take the time out. We went back to the bench, wrote down the play. We were able to bring the ball in, give it to Dame, and Dame did his thing. He loves, to have the ball down the stretch, get to his spot and put games away.
Offensively, you had the turnaround jumper, and then you have that assist to Brook. They were throwing some different defenses at you, different coverages, stuff like that. How did you kind of find your way through that late in the game?
I think Atlanta is one of the teams that they're very disciplined. They're going, show the wall for 48 minutes. You just gotta stay aggressive and be patient. And that's what I was trying to do the whole game. I kept telling myself, be patient, it's gonna come. And sometimes you can break that with a pass. Sometimes you can break it by being aggressive. But I was able to make some reads. I think Andre made a shot in the corner. Brook was able to go in the dots, and had like a layup. Before that, there was a lob to Brook, and then I was able to like kind of spread the wall a little bit more, and then I got to my spot. That's pretty much it. At the end of the day, like as as a player, as a leader, you gotta stay patient. Sometimes it's gonna come, sometimes it's not gonna come, and I'm happy this game it came. We're able to close the game out.
On your left, Jim.
Hey, Giannis. I know you and your teammates like to do one game at a time. Like, there's no, when there's a big game, but it's one of 82. This next one, it doesn't count in the standings. The stats don't count. It's literally to win a championship. So can it be a measuring stick of sorts, regardless if it's OKC or Houston, to kind of show you where you are with one of the better teams in the West, getting through the cup in that way? Can you view it that way because it is sort of a standalone game?
Yeah, I'll be very honest with you. I've watched OKC, I've watched Houston play. I don't know exactly where they are in the standings. Doesn't really matter. What matters here is that you got to get the job done. I think the conversation within the team is that nothing matters, only win. Stats don't matter. It doesn't add a win or a loss to our record. Nothing really matters. How many shots? If you go 0 for 15. If you go 15 for 15, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters right here is to get a win, and that's the message within our team right now, and everybody got to stay locked in. Everybody got to stay locked in. Job's not done.
Tim here in the second row.
Giannis, can you take us through the block shot on the lob? I know Brooke was there with you, but you obviously were pretty emotional after you hit the floor afterward, too. Just how big was that moment in the grand scheme of things?
You're just winning plays. Just got to keep on doing things to help your team win. Sometimes it's going to be a block, sometimes it's going to be a shot, sometimes it's going to be a pass. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is, just being able to be selfless, sacrifice your body, your own ambitions, goals to help your team win. And like you can see in that play, both me and Brooke went up and tried to get that block. We both fell down, and that's winning plays. That's winning plays. We got to see that clip over and over again and show it within the team that this is what it takes to win games. It doesn't matter if it's an NBA Cup game, doesn't matter if it's a regular season game, doesn't matter if it's an NBA Finals game. Like, to win games, to put yourself in a position to be successful, you got to have plays like that. So that's pretty much it.
Back row on your left.
Yeah, Giannis, you talk about defense, you talk about better protection on defensive rebound and rim protection yesterday, and how you guys align with each other mentally and physically and do better job today, and what you guys looking forward to carry this in the next game.
Yeah, I feel like the way we set the tone, the winning plays that we have, hopefully can carry over to the next game. We got to be a little bit more sharper, executing, play with more confidence, play with more joy. You can take this moment for granted, and put ourselves in a position to win. I think it's going to carry over.
Second row over here.
Giannis, I think you visited the EuroLeague Final Four this year, right?
Yes.
And how close is that to the tension that you saw there? And is it a chance that there's going to be someday like there?
Yeah, that was my first Final Four in Berlin this year. Obviously, the atmosphere is a little bit different, with the crowd, with the Olympiacos, Panathinaikos crowd, Fenerbahce crowd, Real Madrid crowd. It's kind of different. I wish we had that atmosphere in the NBA, but we don't. But the intensity within the game, I think, is pretty much the same. Everybody understands that it's one game. You have to play well. If you don't, you get knocked out. So the intensity within the game from the teams, you see high level of basketball. Teams are competing. As I said, the intensity is high. So in that aspect, it's pretty much the same. The only thing that's different, I believe, is the atmosphere, which I wish that the NBA could have that type of atmosphere here.
Last question over here on the right.
Hey, Giannis, back here. Early on in the game, Dame talked about how when the Hawks are playing fast, you guys match that intensity to play fast and kind of pick up the tempo. But in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, you guys settled down, and you and him in particular really settled into that two-man game and that pick-and-roll game. How would you describe the evolution you two have gone through this season in that pick-and-roll and that two-man game?
We're feeling more comfortable. Our chemistry is the best it's ever been, and at the end of the day, it takes time. You know, I feel like a lot of people had such a high expectation from us from day one to be the best duo to ever play this game. But it takes time, and now it's our second year playing together. We are more comfortable with one another. We know one another's spots better. And as you see, our chemistry has been getting way, way better down the stretch. You know, something that we like to do. We feel very, very comfortable that we can both get to our spots, and we've been more effective when we play that two-man game this year. But there's always areas that we can improve, which we will improve. But I'm so happy that we're feeling way, way more comfortable to play that two-man game down the stretch, and we know our spots better.